Peace be with you. Dear friends, we are celebrating Wednesday of the third week of Lent. Today's gospel passage from Matthew chapter 5 verses 17 to 19. Today, Jesus specifically says that he came to fulfill the law, not abolish the law. Every detail of the law will be fulfilled without exception. And that's why most probably when Jesus was preaching, teaching, using parables and stories, many Pharisees and scribes perhaps concluded, oh, Jesus is diluting the law. Actually, Jesus is not diluting the law, or he does not make it light. Jesus is very serious about the law. And what does the law tell us? Of course, the 10 Commandments. Love your God with all your heart. Do not have anything substituted for adoration except the Lord. And then keep the Sabbath. Love your parents. Do not kill. Do not bear false witness. Do not commit adultery, and so on. But then when we look at very clearly, keenly, concretely in the teachings of Jesus, what did he tell? On various encounters, on various occasions, Jesus spoke of the love of God. He said, love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. When that lawyer asked him, which is the greatest commandment, and then he said, love your neighbor as yourself. These two commandments actually summarize the entire law and the prophets. The first commandment, we can precisely get it from Leviticus chapter 19, verse 18. And that is the love of neighbor. And the first commandment, love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, we get it from Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5. Dear friends, in our daily lives, how can we really see this teaching of Christ? The beautiful Beatitudes, the beautiful teaching of Jesus that helps us to understand how we need to delicately look at our neighbor and love them. Then, how can we love God? Loving God? Well, there are so many occasions around us to love God. We can love God in the nature, the beautiful nature around us. We can love God when we look at the people of God. We can love God when we take care of the ecological balance of this Mother Earth. We can love God when we love the creation, when we look at those wonderful, beautiful animals and creatures. As St. John of the Cross says, that everything should lead us to love God around us. And then loving our neighbor. We know it is not always easy to love our neighbor. There will be so many who criticize us, who try to put us down, but then still we can preserve that delicacy of love. We can always say that my neighbors, when they criticize me, when they put me down, when they try to malign me, I can always tell, well, I find some kind of weakness within myself. I accept it. But then I also have compassion for those people who do that. According to Jesus, unless we love God and love our neighbor, the greatest two commandments actually summarize the entire law and the prophets. That's why Jesus very clearly says he did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. Let us meditate on this gospel passage today and try our best to make it practical in our day-to-day living. God bless you.